Hey, what's up, everybody? Alf here, talking a little about GBL Season 6. We just got all of our information. We're going to walk through it all with you. Make sure you understand what you need to know to conquer what's going to be the longest GBL season of your life. I mean that literally, not figuratively. Last season was probably longer for some of you. But anyway, we're going to dive in. We're going to have a good old time. Thank you for being here and tackling this with me. If you haven't hit that subscribe button on the channel, please do that for us. It helps us grow quite a lot, in fact. But yeah, why don't we jump on in? All right, so the most important thing you need about GBL Season 6 is it starts like in a couple hours. We got the information a little bit late. I would blame the holiday week here in the US. Niantic, a US company, we had our Thanksgiving holiday. So, for example, I've been privy to this information since about Wednesday, but it wasn't finalized and released until this morning. So I didn't want to jump the gun and cover something that might change. There actually have been a couple changes since they first teased it. But GBL Season 6 is going to start today, and it's going to run for the next 3 months. It's going to run alongside the new seasons, which are the in-game seasons that coincide with spring, winter, fall, summer. So we're gonna have a long time in GBL, and we finally get a look at the rotation, what kind of formats we're gonna see. These will be the first seasons also with level 50 Pokemon, although it's going to be pretty hard to field a level 50 Pokemon this early on, given the rarity rate of XL candy and the fact that most of the world has not had access to them yet. So why don't we dive on in to this update? We're going to scroll through a lot of this information here. First and foremost, you're going to get your rewards today. A reminder, you can Stardust your GBL rewards. And if you hit rank 10 in Season 5, that's 100,000 dust doubled up. Highly recommend burning a star piece on it if you haven't already. It's absolutely worth it. So let's take a look at what we're expecting in Season 6 today, starting at 1 p.m. Great League is back. Yes, regular, old, reliable Great League is back. It'll run for 2 weeks until December 14th. Pure Great League. Have a good time. We don't have any move updates yet. We don't have any new Pokemon necessarily, although the Kalos Pokemon will drop during this window. Most of them not going to make a huge impact, but there are a couple fun little things. I say go to town, have a good time. It's early in the season. This is a great time to experiment with new teams because, again, this season is extremely long and there's a lot of room to grow. There's a lot of time to make up for, say, a rough start if you want to try some new stuff. After that, we'll have 2 weeks of Ultra League and Ultra Premier. These two formats are the ones that are going to honestly probably be the most impacted by level 50 Pokemon, partly because, one, Ultra League got a massive shakeup with level 50 Pokemon because of their sort of the number of new things that added to the meta, things that were just outside that now fit. And secondly, because many of those Pokemon, especially in Ultra Premier, are actually Pokemon that are accessible with XL Candy. They're Pokemon that are regularly spawning in the wild. They are Pokemon that you may have 5, 6, 10,000 candy for already. So I think you're going to see Pokemon above level 40 in especially Ultra League and Ultra Premier pretty early on. So if you're looking to game that system, what I would do is look at Pokemon that are readily accessible. I'll use an example. I think Gyarados is something you'll want to look at and see if, for example, pushing a Gyarados to, say, level 45 is going to offer you some new matchups. I think that's the way to take advantage of this early on before the meta really stabilizes with level 40 and level 50 Pokemon at the same time. Lastly, and this is where things get kind of interesting, Master League is our final run, but we're getting Master League Premier, Master League Classic, wait, what? We'll talk about it in a second, and Holiday Cup all at the same time. That's 4 different formats. 4. You'll have 4 options to play. If you hate Master League and its kind of formats, you're going to have a Great League style cup at the same time, which is pretty excellent. If you love Master League, well, I hope you pick the right one. I think this is obviously a concession to the fact that they know that level 50 Pokemon create a fundamental imbalance in this league, even more so than Ultra League, where that really got shook up. But the CP cap keeps things relatively balanced, even if, say, access is a problem on some of those mons. In Master League, having a level 50 Dialga probably means you're going to be able to run over that league. Now, I don't think it's really possible to have a level 50 Dialga, but a level 50 Melmetal, on the other hand, is probably very doable, especially for folks who plan and use their Meltan boxes that they're getting from Pokemon Home really effectively. Now, Master League Classic, I think, is a nice sort of touch there, and I think that's what most people will opt to play for now. Master League Classic means level 40 and level 41 best buddied Pokemon only. It's going to allow you to play it. The thing that worries me the most here, frankly, is just those two leagues splitting the interest in Master League and it becoming very difficult to find matches. So I don't know if this is a long-term tenable solution to that problem, but it is a solution for now. I think if I'm going to play Master League, I'll opt probably for Master League Classic, as I think that's the league that will best have those access. We'll talk about Holiday Cup in a second, as soon as we have the info. And lastly, you're going to get all 3 leagues from January 4th to January 11th. Now, that does not take us through the entire season. That's only the first rotation. We do have confirmation that this rotation, or for the most part, this rotation will continue for a second cycle, and then we don't yet have information on what the third cycle of this rotation is going to look like yet. That information is not available. Also worth noting, a ton of you have been begging them to bring Ultra League Premier in the all league cycle. Well, here now, no Master League Premier, we have Ultra Premier, which I think is the better format. A lot of people are going to be very happy with that change. All right, so the other stuff that's new. First and foremost, we've already talked about this a little bit, but they've increased the number of ranks to 24 ranks. What does this mean realistically? It doesn't mean much. It means that you're going to level up a whole lot more. But at the end of the day, it's still a certain number of levels where the only thing matters is wins in games played. That's up to level 20. And then from level 20 to 24, those Ace, Veteran, Expert, and Legend levels, those are simply... I mean, they're ranked 7, 8, 9, and 10. You do have an MMR based system to get there. Anyone who gets above 3,000 MMR becomes a legend. That's really it. It's not necessarily that much different from what we had before, except that it's a larger band of achievement. I think it's nice. I don't think it's going to change fundamentally how anyone feels about getting to legend rank. People are still going to want to get to legend rank, and anything less than that, I think, is going to feel disappointing. That said, we do have some really good benefits and rewards at these levels, and this allows them to sort of expand the number of times they can give essentially what are guaranteed rewards. So let's take a look at those. So for example, in each rank, you're going to be able to get different rewards. We haven't quite seen how this is going to look yet, but it's pretty cool to see that we have a number of different rewards in the various ranks. So it's going to be interesting to see how they dish these out. I think these are supposed to be a little bit of a carrot. So when you hit rank 5, you get some rewards. When you hit rank 10, you get some rewards. When you hit rank 15, you get some rewards, right? I think that's just sort of meant to encourage you instead of having to wait the entire season to finally receive the rewards that you have sort of worked so hard to earn. I think this is a nice change, although I don't think it's going to be terribly much. We do have Stardust bonuses, although it's entirely during the Master League season. It feels to me like they know people are not super pleased with Master League and its associated formats with level 50. That said, double Stardust for playing Holiday Cup seems like a decent deal, and I will almost certainly be taking advantage of that. We also have a couple other rewards. There's some Pikachu Libre avatar items, which are finally going to be available at rank 10. Very low rank. You should be able to get those regardless of your skill level. And then players who get to 3,000 will get a pose. A new pose for those. Basically, it's a new rank 10 pose. I mean, let's be real. It's exactly a rank 10 pose. It might be the rank 24 pose now, but it's just a rank 10 pose. There are legendary rewards once you reach rank 20, which is pretty cool. If they're anything like the current availability, you're unlikely to see very many of them, but it is nice that they're back in the pool. And then we also have a few guaranteed encounters, and these have finally changed. So for example, at 16, 17, and 18, you're going to receive the Kalos region starters. That's pretty cool. It's also going to be available on the reward track. I hope this means that the other starters are gone. I've complained endlessly about Tricos and Mudkips. I'm not thrilled that these Kalos starters will be in the reward pool, but they are new. I'll be much happier having these in the reward pool than I was having older Pokemon that honestly we've already had plenty of time to collect. So not going to complain. I really hope that these replace the existing starters on the track. At rank 20, we have a surprise Pokemon. To me, that implies a Kalos Pokemon that hasn't been announced yet, or some other Pokemon that hasn't been announced yet. We'll just have to wait and see. And then at rank 24, I'm going to call it rank 10 still, because why not? Pikachu Libre is back. Most players got their first one this season. I still, it's a cosmetic, but that said, it's a fun one and it's good trade bait. So if you can get it, I recommend it. Last but not least, we have information on the Holiday Cup. It's 1500 CP, so it is a Great League format with normal, grass, electric, flying, ice, and ghost types. It's a pretty broad meta. There's a lot of Pokemon available here. It's going to be pretty fun. I think that these metas are truly, as someone who comes from a background of playing self tournaments, I really think that these formats are the most fun way to play GBL. These are what GBL needs to keep it fresh. I think that they're going to have to find a really good way to continue to integrate formats like these, like the ones that they did in season 5, while still making sure that the other sort of formats get their love. But I'm really excited about this. I'll be diving headlong into this meta in the coming weeks. It's still a ways out. And I will say, as somebody, again, who comes from a self background, I have the Pokemon for this format already, where some of you won't. There are definitely going to be some Pokemon here that may be new investments for you. So make sure you're spending your Stardust wisely. We still don't know what other theme cups we might see over the next couple months. Level 50, again, going to be a big Stardust sink. So just be careful with your Stardust. Don't invest in anything. My general advice on Stardust has never changed, which is don't spend Stardust on something you don't plan to use today. Period. If you plan to use it today, Stardust away. It's never a waste once you've started to use it, but I would highly recommend sort of letting this meta stabilize. There's a lot of really good Great League All-Stars here. Pokemon like Alola, Marowak, and Vigoroth look to be very good in this format. Those are Pokemon that you could invest in or already probably have invested in and won't necessarily be disappointed. Now, lastly, they do tease that we're going to have some attack updates. We don't have those yet. Honestly, we don't know yet what they're going to give us. I'm excited to see what they are. These shakeups tend to be very, very interesting. I don't know if we're going to have those before the season goes live later today, but I'm hoping that we see some big shakeups, as I think some of these metas could use it. Great League could definitely use it. The level 50 shakeup has done a lot to Ultra League that I don't know that Ultra League needs much of a rework or a rebalance with moves, but Great League, even with level 50, hasn't really shuffled much. So I would love to see them continue to sort of buff underperforming moves like Rock Smash, for example, which frankly has no use anywhere. Astonish is a move that desperately needs a buff. So these are things that I would hope to see. It wouldn't surprise me to see that Pokemon in this Holiday Cup, so we're looking at normal, grass, electric, flying, ice, and ghost. It wouldn't surprise me if the buffs and updates are primarily in that category to Pokemon to maybe balance out that meta or make that meta more interesting. So keep your eyes peeled. As soon as I have that information, I will bring it to you here on the channel. Thank you, everybody. Let me know what you're thinking about Season 6. Are you excited about Holiday Cup? Are you excited about Master League Classic? Are you just going to skip Master League entirely like I am? I want to know what you're thinking, and I appreciate you watching, and we'll see y'all next time. Cheers.